So, um, trying new things is not always easy. I think we all have experienced a time in our lives when we had to try something new, um, just experience it and um, at the end of the day, be okay with it. So for me, that time for me to try something new would have been when I moved out the house on for the first time. Um, I mean, moving out itself is when it's your first time, in my opinion, in my experience, it was exciting. It was sad, overwhelming. It was a lot of things, stressful. I was very excited to move out the house due to the fact that it's the first time away from home. It's a time for you to be independent, away from the parents. I'm not a big partier, but I know a lot of people would say, I'll get to party and do all these things. Um, so it's also sad because, again, you're moving away from what you've known all your life. Your parents, your family. I moved from Jacksonville to Orlando last year in October. And it was also stressful because this. I did not count the cost. And that's my main thing that I would tell everyone is to, when you're doing, for those of you who have not moved out on your own for the first time, you're still at home with your parents, make sure you count the cost. And make sure that you're doing what you're doing because it's what you want to do. I guess we can back up a little bit. I kept getting a lot of pressure, like, oh, you're 24 and, you still live at home and this and that. At the time I was 24, I'm 25 now. You still live at home. Now, granted, I did want to move out, but I didn't have the funds at the time to move out until last year. So never, I would say don't ever feel peer pressure to move out. I would tell anybody that you can stay home. If your parents will allow you to stay home for as long as you need to. So when I moved to Orlando, when I got there, I had to increase my credit limit because that's a part of not counting the cost. I didn't count the cost of moving. I just thought because I only have my room, my clothes, all you need is gas and this and that. No, I didn't think about getting shower curtains. I didn't think about getting pots and pans and all of that stuff. I did not count the cost on that. Also, groceries. You don't think about groceries because your parents buy the groceries. So I think for me, I really enjoyed shopping at Lucky's. It was Lucky's Market. It was a very good place to shop at. You get a lot of good discounts on meat and things like that. Winn-Dixie, because Winn-Dixie has the little card that you scan and you see all the yellow things. Boop, 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 boop. So it was also that school here in Jacksonville, from my house here in Arlington to FSCJ South Campus, it takes me 15 minutes. In Orlando, from where I was staying to the school, Cambridge Institute that I went to, it took 30 minutes. And on bad days when traffic was really bad, 45 minutes. So I did not count the cost on that. Didn't count the cost that I lived right across the street from UCF College, and kind of right there by the gym, the football field, all of that stuff. So I did not count the cost on the traffic in that area. But overall, I was very excited to move out because it taught me a lot as far as my roommate, counting the cost on money, knowing how to spend your money, how to save your money, because you can't just be out there spending, because back at home you can do that because you got your parents, hey mom, I'm short on this, can you get, but you're away from home, so you have to learn how to manage your money, manage your time, you have to work, be in control of light bills, rent, all of these things. One thing I wouldn't do again is have a roommate because me and my roommate kind of didn't get along, so that experience was not the best for me. But other than that, the food, just being away from home for the first time, it was great. I had friends that were there, so that kind of made it a little better. But other than that, my experience from moving to Jacksonville, Florida to Orlando, it was it was awesome. I mean, I am back home because what I did, I went there and I accomplished what I needed to, and I became a medical assistant. So now I'm back home, and I'm actually glad to be back home. So my experience was well, but yeah.